It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll get a look here at wideout A.J. Brown. He had a standout game 1 week ago with 3 touchdown catches. It's the Eagles and the Packers on Sunday night primetime.
The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the ladder when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Philadelphia Eagles. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And CD, you look at the Packers in this matchup, and they know that they are in for a fight here.
And anytime you're dealing with the #1 defense in the league, all through your preparation, you know that yards are going to be tough to come by. But working in their favor, they can run the football. One of the top 5 teams in the league in that category. So I expect this one to be a tight, hard-hitting affair, and both teams playing to their strengths.
Playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Now, for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback, now in his 3rd season, Jalen Hurts.
And there's a lot of good to watch in the game last week. He threw 4 touchdown passes. A little bit of concern throwing the 2 interceptions.
Yeah, the 2 pick.
Yeah, you want the ratio really to be closer to 3-1 as opposed to the 2-1 that he had. But it is something to build on. They did get the win, didn't they?
Yep. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field, but preparing each week in practice as if they were going to play. And when you have guys like that on your team, you've got a chance for success when the injury bug hits.
Hurts. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Hurts to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sanders. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. The Eagles, it's 7-3 now on the year, and they've been in a great groove. Winners of 7 of their last 10 now on the year.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Hurts. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
Throwing is Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 38-yard line. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the 1st, Charles.
And he used the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Hurts sets up to throw it. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, I came into this game eager to see how they would hold up in man coverage. But on that play, they held up quite well.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now this now, play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. And that's what you've got your tough little slot receiver for, isn't it? Right there, those 4th down conversions in the middle of the field.
He knows that's where he has to make his living, and that's where he has to make plays to help his team. And no one is asking him to do anything more or less than do exactly what we saw there.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's 3rd down. Now back to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
There's extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Looking to throw. Touchdown, Eagles! Dallas Goedert, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. That drive a long one, spanning 15 plays. And the drive was all finished off on the touchdown catch by Dallas Goedert. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Takes it at the 7. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And here comes the winner of the last 2 NFL MVP awards, Aaron Rodgers, as he brings his Packers out for their first series of the game.
I remember watching him in college and seeing a guy that you knew had great potential, but I don't know that anyone knew that we would see how he would blossom as an NFL player who will go down as one of the all-time great quarterbacks. Can make every throw from every angle with terrific mobility, and he knows how to win games, always in contention for a championship.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The numbers for Jones last week, north of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Throwing now is Rodgers. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away. Had to pass there. 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
Touchdown, Philadelphia! He goes 57 yards on the punt return. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
When you got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. It's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 14-0. So his big play capability in full display there as he's able to return that punt for a touchdown. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Throwing again on second down. Rodgers. They find Randall Cobb with a completion. Rodgers to Cobb. Good for a Green Bay first.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Again, it's Jones. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Rodgers now to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now for getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here and have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Rodgers setting up the screen here. Aaron Jones. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 7th play of this drive coming up. And a long way to go on 3rd down. Now it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go play action with Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll set up a throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. This is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Oh, the sneak, it's Hurts, and he'll get it. He's over for the touchdown. Jalen Hurts in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles would extend their lead here just before halftime. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league, but this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try to mount a comeback.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, where it was the visiting Bills who were able to come away with the victory on the road. Josh Allen, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. Next, we head off to check out another game, and they were losers in that one to the visiting New York Giants. Saquon Barkley, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. And then finally, a Cyber Monday edition of Monday Night Football, as the final game of November is the Steelers and the Colts from Lucas Oil Stadium. And on now to a check on the next-gen stats in that first half for the Packers. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they too didn't do a whole lot in terms of rushing efficiency in that first half, as you can tell by the numbers there. Both these teams making their final halftime adjustments. We're just about ready to get back to football. So for the call of the second half, we get back up to Philadelphia and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
A first down run here by Jones as he'll take it forward for a gain of about 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll go again to Jones. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
On now is the Packers punter, as he's on here to punt it away. 35 yards that time on the punt, and the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Second down, back to Sanders. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And Pascal's got it. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packersons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Well, Still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. He'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. That's complete to Dobbs. He's got the 1st down and more. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Packers. Romeo Dobbs, 69 yards. And the Packers are able to cut into that deficit. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. That is good, and that'll make it 20-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And that drive all capped off with a Romeo Dobbs touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded right around the 8. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here are the Eagles to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll set up to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground, and here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many yards as it did, but poor tackling early in the play led to big yardage after the fact.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is... And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Rashawn Gary make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And another long drive from the offense, but the defense is denying them the end zone. Nothing to show for the last drive offensively. They can't come away empty-handed again.
Looking here for Smith downfield. And that would be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10.
Step up right now.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 90 yards receiving now for him in the ball game. It's a 1st down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Rodgers. Over the middle. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They sit in a good spot, having the ball back after the fumble recovery and up 2 scores in the 4th quarter. Now a throw here to his running back, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up.
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies.
Ready.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. He'll get this down to the 38.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
From the 38, Hurts. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 7. On the slant, he's got Sanders. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 24-yard line. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
Okay, break.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And now right out of the 2-minute break, We'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Touchdown!
Devontae Smith
From a yard out.
and the Eagles add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD, and well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
On 1st down, Rodgers. That's complete to Cobb. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They'll bring out 4 receivers, 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4. Now Rodgers. Then able to find Allen Lazard. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
Rodgers teaming up with Lazard there for a Packer 1st down.
They'll look to throw here. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
From the 39, Rodgers. Caught left side by Cobb. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the 1st. Throwing now is Rodgers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Rodgers' throw is taken in by Jones. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 32-yard line.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw here pulled in by Lazard. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
And it's intercepted.
And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we made one more play, could have had our shutout.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for the Eagles, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Tennessee Titans come to town. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears.